It's the home of the Celtics here in Boston as 2K Sports brings you today's action live. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. Celtics make a quick stop here in front of their Boston fans just one game before heading back out. Well, they come into every game with confidence, and this game is no different. Two elite teams put each other to the test, certainly, every time they meet. A lot on the line in this one, though.
This is a team with high expectations, and they don't end.
Brown against Harden. There's the pick. Anderson outside. It's Harden with the drive. Paul for three. And the three ball is good. Paul's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Chris, many thought that after the Rockets let Dwight Howard go, they would have a slight rebuilding phase. Turns out they were just reloading and were a surprise contender last season.
But they did sneak up on some teams with how well they played early on. Front office did a great job retooling the team, great coaching job.
The Rockets also changing it up. P.J. Tucker comes in for Ryan Anderson. And Gordon sub in for Trevor Ariza. And Chris, I know you started doing a podcast, Fearless or Insane, with Chris Webber, an opportunity to have some meaningful conversations. What's that been like?
Oh, it's been great, Kevin. I've gotten a chance to talk to some friends and mentors like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I've gotten to speak to him about what it was like playing for Wooden, what it was like coming up in the crazy 60s in that time. And, you know, he's such a thoughtful and a great individual. So to hear his stories about he and Muhammad Ali, he and Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all these great figures is just wonderful. I also got to speak to track legends John Carlos and Tommy Smith, who in the 1968 Olympics, we've seen them kind of protest when they...
Capella's got his fifth rebound in this one. Gordon dishes to Capella. The feed to Mba Amute. Passes to Gordon. Second chance shot, and it's blocked. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move. But I think they got the best player in the trade.
The Rockets making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. The shot's good from Paul.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David. Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Houston. Harden comes in for Chris Paul. And it's in there. And the Celtics Rockets trailed by 4. Harden kicks to Nene. Back to Harden. It's Ariza on the wing. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
Two changes. One, you can't hand check. And that's really physical. That used to wear you down, take you out the game, and then stop the freedom of movement. And that, along with playing the zone, where you can't just guard a guy and have to stay in your area. Those are two big changes because it really helped the offense. And so we want to see a lot of scoring, but today it's not easier to score because these guys have wonderful skill sets, but the game makes it easier to score because of the rules, because you can get to the line so many times. Because before a hand check, you couldn't get to the free throw line if a guy pushed you out of bounds almost because the game was expected to be physical.
Right. Here's Harden. Got it. Good job in the low post. Harden's got 6.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this season.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on James Harden. Well, you knew that the Rockets were going to be an offensive juggernaut with their roster and Mike D'Antoni at the helm, but going 3 for 4.
And the Celtics leadership, very pragmatic. IT and Crowder both beloved in Boston, but they didn't hesitate to move them to get better and younger at the same time.
Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Houston. Capella's got his 8th rebound here tonight. It's Harden with the drive. Foul on the play, basket count, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
He was off in the first, but he found a way to get his shot going here in the second.
And Mbaamute's check.
Perhaps a strategic move in response to the super team in Golden State. They want to construct their team to peak in a few years when the Warriors start to show a little chink in the armor moving forward.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And he gets it to go.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
Here's Tatum. He got it up and released it in time, but it's off the mark. This game for Houston, they picked up the win against Milwaukee.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
But I like that they attacked those weaknesses. They made them pay for a lackluster effort.
Ogilvy is out there with Smart. Then there's Shane Larkin. And it's Rozier in it.
I can kind of peel mine back and explain how I got them. I think that by playing for young teams, good teams, bad coaches, good coaches.
Did you see that? And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Dishes it to Paul. Off target from 3-point range. Celtics trailed by 5. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Harden against Irving. Capella dishes to Ariza. Back to Capella. Kicks it to Anderson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Celtics have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker at the break.
I love it when the big fella shows off his ability from beyond the arc.
Harden right side. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from midfield.
Baines passes to Irving. Count that one. Irving's got the game tied up here for Boston.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
Paul kicks to Capella. Lets it go from 11. Anderson.
Trade with the Nets. 2 home run moves for their franchise.
And the Rockets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. He kicks to Paul. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And offensively, they seem to have turned a corner.
And the Celtics signed Brad Stevens to a 6-year contract to lure him away from Butler in college basketball. Chris, they were very confident he'd be a great coach.
Well, they might want to pull out their pen and have him sign another 6-year deal real quick because he's already established himself as one of the league's top coaches.
Count that one from Ogilvy.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Back to Gordon. And some nice passing there by Houston. Feeds it to Mbaamute's. Gordon dishes to Mbaamute's. Shot clock at 5. And it's Paul missing.
You got to give the D credit there. Affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Now, here's Tucker, guarded by Smart. Here's Paul. Here's Nene. Goes back up. And the layup is good. Kicks it out to Paul. Back to Capella. Tipped away. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, guys, if you're the other team, you now have to find a way to answer back. Can't afford to give up too much momentum.
There's the feed to Smart. Pass to Rozier. From deep. Good, and Smart gets the assist.
This is adjustment.
Houston making some changes. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Mbaamuta. Visa comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's James Harden in for Gordon. Paul for three. Paul outside. Rocket 6. It's Harden with the drive. That's in. He's set. Boston's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. It's blocked. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Paul. And it's sent back by Irving. It's Brown with the drive. Here's Tatum. Another shot. He feeds it to Baines. Ball against Irving. There's Brown with the three. He's off on that one. And the Rockets take it the other way. Harden dishes to Capella. Over Horford. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's the pass to Tatum. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. It's going to be on James Harden.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it.
A winnable game, but we've got to make plays. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Irving attacking. Lays it up off the glass. And it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
Unbelievable basket. I mean, it's given up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Now, that's a gutsy take on his part to make that happen. Many would not have tried that over the large defense.
For the three. It's good from beyond the arc.
And not the tightest D right there. And he's going to punish you if you give him that much space. That three-point shot is his bread and butter.
And he gets it.
That's the benefit of knocking down the easy ones.
Harden outside. Kicks it out to Ariza. To the paint. Capella. And Tatum pulls it down. And now they decide to foul intentionally. It's the first, that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good. Getting both at the line.
This point is focused. Dial in on each moment. Do your best. You can't get consumed over the score.
So we see Boston get the win here. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.